Well, far from there being some sort of turnaround towards sanity, I think the evidence that we're seeing increasingly is that the BBC has fully lost the plot now. And with the Conservatives having not put the kibosh on the BBC licence fee yet, despite talking a good game, it means that licence fee payers now not even getting that dedicated domestic news channel anymore from the BBC, because you've had this merger between the domestic and international news channels as part of cost-cutting measures. Though, of course, the BBC did find £100 million for a diversity project, what it described as diverse and inclusive content. And, of course, is still paying some pretty hefty wages. But even BBC staff thought that this BBC News merger was a bad idea. You had a senior journalist quoted by The Times as saying it's going to crash and burn like Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng's experiment. Though, of course, at least they actually had a mandate, having been voted for by Conservative members. But an insider of this new setup saying that there are questions about how licence fee payers will feel while paying for news about Bangladesh when they want to know what's going on in Bristol. And the source worried there the BBC retreating from domestic news and clearly rattled by the rise of the likes of GB News. Well, the end product so far has been pretty catastrophic for the BBC, because Deadline had this story recently that the BBC News channel has actually lost 1 million UK viewers after this international merger, that the audience reach in April was still 9.7 million, but that was down 9% from 10.7 million in March and down 23% from 12.6 million in April 2022, and that the 9.7 million figure comfortably the BBC News' worst audience reach in the last 16 months, which is as far back as the Barb figures go. So those in the BBC clearly worried about this rating slump, describing it as entirely predictable, that the agenda is now going to be relentlessly global, and that the UK viewer never knows what they're going to get. Pretty major ratings crash there for the BBC News. Why the Conservatives, who of course should be cutting taxes, don't just ditch the BBC licence fee, I don't know. But let me know if that rating slump surprises you or not, guys. Do you watch the BBC or not? As ever, I will keep bringing you all the latest on this and more, so please do wrap this video with a quick thumbs up. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.